wonder where this Captain Absolute hides himself. Upon my conscience, these officers are always in one's way in love affairs. I remember I might have married Lady Dorothy Carmine, if it had not been for a rogue of a major who ran away with her before she could get a sight of me. And I wonder what it is these ladies can see in them to be so fond of them, unless it be a touch of the old serpent in them that makes them the little creatures be caught like vipers, with a bit of red cloth. Huh! Isn't this the captain coming? Faith it is. There's a probability of succeeding about that fellow. That is mighty provoking. Who the devil is he talking to?
To what fine purpose have I been plotting? A noble reward for all my schemes upon my soul. A little gypsy. I did not think her romance could have made her so damned absurd either. His death, I never was in a worse humor in my life. I could cut my own throat or any other person's with the greatest pleasure in the world.
Oh, faith, I'm in luck of it. I never could have found him in a sweeter temper for my purpose. To be sure, I'm coming to Nick. Now to enter into conversation with him and so quarrel gently. With regard to this matter, Captain, I must beg leave to differ in my opinion with you.
Upon my word, then, you must be a very subtle dispute, because, sir, I happen just then to be giving no opinion at all.
That's no reason. Forgive me leave to tell you, a man may think an untruth as well as speak it.
Very true, sir, but if a man never utters his thoughts, I should think that they might stand a chance of escaping controversy.
Then, sir, you differ in opinion with me, which amounts to the same thing.
Sir Lucius, if I had not before known you to be a gentleman upon my soul, I should not have discovered it at this interview. For what you can drive out unless you mean to quarrel with me, I cannot conceive.
I humbly thank you, sir, for the quickness of your apprehension. You have named it the very thing I would be at.
Very well, sir. I shall certainly not balk your inclinations, but I shall be glad you would please to explain your motives.
Pray, sir, be easy. The quarrel is a very pretty quarrel. As it stands, we should only spoil it by trying to explain it. However, your memory is very short, or you could not have forgotten an affront you passed on me within this week. So no more, but name your time and place.
Well, sir, since you are so bent on it, the sooner the better. Let it be this evening, here by the spring gardens. We shall scarcely be interrupted.
Faith, that same interruption in affairs of this show is very great ill-breeding. I don't know what's the reason, but in England, if a thing of this kind gets wind, people make such a pother that a gentleman can never fight in peace and quietness. However, if it's the same to you, Captain, I should take it as a particular kindness if you'd let us meet in King Mead's fields, as a little business will call me there about 6 o'clock, and I may dispatch both matters at once.
'Tis the same to me, exactly. A little after 6, and then we will discuss the matter more seriously.
If you please, sir, it will be very pretty small sword like. That won't do for a long short, so that matter's settled and my mind's at ease.
Ah! Well met, I was going to look for you. Oh, Falkland, I have the demons of spite and disappointment have conspired against me. I am so vexed that if I had not the prospect of a resource and being knocked over the head by and by, I should scarce have spirits to tell you the cause.
What can you mean? Has Lydia changed her mind? I should have thought her duty and indignation would now have pointed to the same object.
Aye, just as the eyes do a person have squints, when her love was fixed on me, to her eye of duty was finally oblique. But when duty bid her point that same way, off there turned on a swivel, and second its retreat with a frown.
But what's the resource, you?
Oh, to wind up the whole, a good-natured Irishman here has begged to leave the pleasure of cutting my throat, and I mean to indulge him, that's all.
Prithee, be serious.
'Tis fact upon my soul, Sir Lucius O'Trigger, you know him by sight, for some affront which I am sure I never intended has obliged me to meet him this evening at 6 o'clock. 'Tis on that account I wish to see you. You must go with me.
Nay, there must be some mistake, sure. Sir Lucius shall explain himself, and I dare say matters may he recommend. But this evening, did you say? I wish it had been any other time.
Why? There will be light enough. There will, as Sir Lucius says, be very pretty small sword light that will be not due for a long shot. Confound his long shots.
But I am myself a good deal nuffled by a difference I have had with Julia. My vile, tormenting temper has made me treat her so cruelly that I shall not be myself till we are reconciled.
By heavens, Falkland, you don't deserve her.
Oh, Jack, this is from Julia. I dread to open it. I fear it may be to take a last leave, perhaps to bid me return her letters and restore. Oh, how I suffer for my folly!
Falkland, here, let me see.
Just a moment.
Good morning.
Aye, a final sentence it is indeed. It is all over with you.
Nay, Jack, don't keep me in suspense.
As I am convinced that my dear Falkland's own reflections have already upbraided him for his last unkindness, to me I will not add a word on the subject. I wish to speak with you as soon as possible. Yours ever and truly, Julia. Their stubbornness and resentment for you. Why, man, you don't seem one whit happier at this.
Oh, yes, I am. But...
Confound your buts. You never hear anything that would make another man bless himself, but you immediately damn it with a but.
Now, Jack, as you are my friend, own honestly. Don't you think there is something forward, something indelicate in this haste to forgive? Women should never sue for reconciliation. That should always come from us. They should retain their coldness till wooed to kindness and their pardon, like their love should not unsought be won.
I have not patience to listen to you. You're incorrigible, so say no more on the subject. I must go to settle a few matters. Let me see you before 6. Remember, at my lodging. A poor, industrious devil like me, who have toiled and drudged and plotted to gain my ends, and am at last disappointed by other people's folly, may in pity be allowed to swear and grumble a little. But a captious skeptic, in love, a slave to fretfulness and whim, who has no difficulties but of his own creating, is subject more fit for ridicule than compassion.
I feel his reproaches, yet I will not change this too exquisite nicety for the gross content with which he tramples on the thorns of love. His engaging me in this duel has started an idea in my head which I will instantly pursue. I'll use it as the touchstone of Julia's sincerity and disinterestedness. If her love prove pure and sterling, all my name will rest on it with honor, and once I've stamped it there, I lay aside my doubts forever. But if the droll selfishness of the ally of pride predominate, 'twill be best to leave her as a toy for some less cautious fool to sigh for.